Get unlimited access to all of our CPE courses at www.teachucomp.com/unlimited CPE.
Chapter 3, Reporting Tips. In this chapter, we'll look at how taxpayers who receive tip income can report the income to their employers. In Publication 531, the IRS gives 3 good reasons why an employee must report tip income to his or her employer. First, tips must be reported so that the employer can withhold the appropriate amount of federal income tax, Social Security tax, and Medicare tax from the income. Second, tips must be reported so that the employer is able to report the correct amount of employee income to the Social Security Administration or the Railroad Retirement Board so that those agencies may calculate retirement and death benefits. Third, tips must be reported to the employer so that the employee may avoid the penalty for not reporting tips. Most employers have company policies that detail how and when employees must report tips. If a taxpayer wants to report tip income to an employer who does not have a set method for reporting, the employee may use IRS Form 4070, Employee's Report of Tips to Employer. This form, which is a part of IRS Publication 1244, contains spaces for all of the information that the taxpayer must report to his or her employer. Again, we have included a copy of IRS Publication 1244 with this course, and it may be accessed using the training interface. If the taxpayer does not wish to use Form 4070 to report tip income to the employer, he or she may choose to provide a written statement to the employer. The written statement must include the following: the employee's name, address, and Social Security number, the employer's name, address, and business name, the specific period of time in which the employee received the tip income, and the total amount of tip income received during that period. Regardless of the method by which an employee reports tip income, statements to employers must be made at least once per month based on IRS requirements. The IRS specifically requires that an employee provide his or her tip income statement for any given month by the 10th day of the following month. For example, let's say that Jane received $850 in tip income for the month of July. The IRS requires Jane to report the $850 income to her employer by August 10th. If August 10th falls on a Saturday, Sunday, or a business holiday, Jane must report tip income to her employer on the next day that is not a weekend or a holiday. Some employers may require employees to report tips each payroll, each week, or even at the end of every shift. If employment ends, the employee must make a final tip income report as soon as possible, ideally at the end of the employee's final shift. Taxpayers should keep copies of all tip income statements provided to employers for at least 3 years after the relevant tax return has been filed.
Like what you see? Get unlimited access to all of our CPE courses at www.teachucomp.com/unlimited CPE.